Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Limitless Monday Live. This month, we're going to deeply dive into one of the most important aspects of personal growth, that is our emotional life. Have you ever reacted impulsively in a heated moment and then you regretted it later? Or maybe struggled to understand what someone else was feeling? The key to handle those emotions like a pro is really emotional intelligence, and that is EQ. And today we're breaking it down. So there's a very famous book, Daniel Goleman, the author of Emotional Intelligence, Why It Can Matter More Than IQ. And he quotes, and I quote what he says: in a very real sense, we have two minds, one that thinks and one that feels. If we don't learn to manage our emotional mind, it will control us instead of working for us. So, in fact, research shows that EQ is the biggest predictor of success, even more than IQ. People with high EQ earn on average about 29,000 more per year than those with low EQ. So today we're going to unpack that emotional intelligence and what it really is, why it matters, and most importantly, how can you develop that? Go grab a notebook because today's session will be full of powerful insights and actionable steps. So I want to start with the definition. What is emotional intelligence? EQ. EQ is the ability to recognize, understand, manage, and influence emotions, both yours and others. And why does it matter? Because it matters in a few different realms of life. Success in work and life. Study shows that 90% of top performers in any field have a high EQ. And I gave you the statistics of that already. It helps formulate stronger relationships, whether personal or professional. You want to understand emotions to help you connect on a deeper level. It helps you make better decisions. When you manage emotions, you make decisions logically, not reactively. And of course, it improves your mental health because high IQ reduces anxiety, it reduces stress, and it even helps with conflicts. So imagine two employees getting negative feedback. One will react defensively, blaming others. The other will actually take a deep breath, listen, and ask, how can I improve? Who do you think will grow faster? That's emotional intelligence at work. I want to focus on the 5 components of emotional intelligence. And I already referred to Daniel Goleman. He defines that EQ has 5 areas. I want to break those down with examples and actionable steps that you can actually apply right away. So, the first component of emotional intelligence is self awareness. Know your emotions. Recognize and understand that your emotions and what those emotions are as they're happening. Because the more you're aware of what you're feeling, the better control you have over your reactions. Have you ever snapped at someone without knowing why? And later, you realize that you were just stressed out about something else. That's lack of self awareness. How do we improve that? Start an emotional journal. This month I'm actually doing journaling challenge. If you want to join me, write down emotions. It's so important for your emotional intelligence because throughout the day we get triggered and there's so much going on. So if we know how to write and journal it, that would help us deal with it. Check in with yourself. What am I feeling? Why am I feeling this? And of course, practice mindfulness. Pause before reacting. Studies show that if you only wait for 90 seconds, your reaction will be totally different. So that was the first component, self-awareness. The second component is self-regulation. Manage your reactions. The ability to control impulsive reactions and adapt to changing situation is self-regulation. Reacting impulsively can really hurt relationships and opportunities. Just think about someone cutting you off in traffic light. What do? Do you horn? Do you yell? Or do you just take a deep breath and let it go? And I'm sure you can think about those examples many days of driving. Self regulation is really choosing how you respond. So, how can you improve? Let's say somebody just cut you in a traffic light. Use the 6 seconds rule. When you're triggered, count to 6 before reacting. Slowly. Reframe the situation. Instead of saying it's unfair, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Practice deep breathing. And I talk a lot about deep breathing. One of the most common methods is a box method. You inhale for 4, you hold for 4, you exhale for 4, and then you hold for 4 again. That creates that mental box, but it helps you just regulate your emotion and calm yourself down. Viktor Frankl, the author of Men's Search for Meaning, says, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Very powerful quote. The third component of EQ is motivation. Drive yourself with positive emotions. Motivation is using emotions to fuel actions, for persistence, and for success. People with high EQ stay motivated even when challenges arise. Think about this following example. 2 students fail on a test. One gives up, saying, I'm just bad at this. The other says, I'll study differently this time. Who do you think succeeds? The one that has emotional motivation. That's an example of emotional motivation. So how do we improve? Connect tasks to a deeper purpose and ask, why does it matter? Visualize your success. I talk about visualization all the time. Picture yourself achieving your goals. Surround yourself with positive, motivated people. I recommend the book, which I'll be reading this month, and I will definitely report back on what I think about it. Daniel Pink. The book is Drive, The Surprising Truth About What Motivates Us. I heard it's a great book. I will comment on it once I finish it. The fourth component is empathy. Understand others' emotions. Empathy is the ability to recognize and understand how other people feel. And you might ask yourself, why is it so important? Why do I need to know how people feel? Empathy builds strong relationships and trust. Let's give an example. Let's say a coworker is short with you. Instead of assuming that they dislike you, an empathic person may think maybe they're having a tough day. So how to improve this? Improve your active listening. Instead of thinking about what to say next, truly listen. Ask instead of assuming. You seem upset. Do you want to talk about it? Put yourself in their shoes and imagine, how do they feel? Empathy is about finding the echoes of others in yourself. And the fifth component is social skill. It builds strong relationships. Social skills is the ability to navigate social situations and communicate effectively. Social skill helps you connect, influence, and resolve conflicts smoothly. Leaders with strong social skills inspire people. They know when to speak, when to listen, and how to bring people together. So, to improve this, practice assertiveness communication. Express yourself clearly and respectfully. Watch for body language. More than 50% of our communication is nonverbal. Engage in meaningful conversation and ask deeper questions. Emotional intelligence is the secret weapon to success. It helps us make better decisions, manage stress, and build such stronger relationships. Your challenge for this week is to choose one area of those emotional intelligence components. Let me repeat them for you: self awareness, self regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skill, and commit to practice it. I want you to comment below, which EQ skill do you want to improve this week? Let's hold each other accountable. If this session actually helped you, share it with someone who might need it. See you next Monday. Next Monday, I will be focusing on stress management and emotional resilience. I hope this session helped you. Please comment below. Join me again next Monday. Thank you guys. Have a great week.